And here we are. We just went on an adventure to the Western Wrestling Ridges, and now we're feeling pretty tired, so we're gonna rest. You spot Cal almost asleep on his feet, prop up on his rake. You approach and he snaps to attention. Well, oh, hey Solana, he says, rubbing his eyes in his forearm. Just catching some shut-eye, keeping the colony fed is a full-time job, and then some. Yeah. Some Vertumna bugs have moved into the garden, and they like to eat more organic materials. And now it's the pollen season again. And I see some medicinal root. And a Xeno egg. I wonder... No. Still no Ds. Well, you can go say hi to Cal. You make me feel better too, Cal. And now, I'm gonna go help some kids. Tutoring is great because it exposes all the gaps in your own knowledge. One of the kids asks you how the first humans made tools if they didn't have any tools, and you can almost feel it reboot your brain when you try to answer. Then, before you can say anything, another kid asks why there are infinite numbers but not infinite words. Then another asks if a thought weighs anything and if smart people have heavier brains. You eventually just have to distract them so they'll talk about probability and statistics again. Ooh. Oh. Duh. 35. And I got 3 stars. And now it's mid-pollen. It's so hazy in pollen season. But seeing you makes me feel better. And you know, you look pretty in the pink glow of the pollen. Okay, I don't see anything to collect. So let's go back to tutoring the kids. Unless, is there something over here? No. And Mars needs help with biology, but probably not in a serious way. And 35. And 3 stars. And we'll see if anyone has anything to say. You find Cal behind the garden shed, kneeling down and peering under a tarped up old watering pot. He shushes you and gesturing for you to come look under the tarp. In the dusty gloom, 4 six-eyed hopkins blink up at you, eerily out of sync. Oh, that's right! I haven't seen their mom in a while, Cal says. I don't want to touch them in case she's still around and smells me on them, but... He sighs. One of those damn jarheads probably got her. Maybe hanging out with me can cheer you up? Cal stretches and rubs his stomach. I'm famished, he says. Let's go grab some chow, yeah? You and Cal trek over to the cafeteria, where Cal loads his tray with enough food to feed at least 2 of him. "I'm a growing boy," he says, indicating his plate. "Working outside takes a lot out of you." You spend an enjoyable lunch hour reconnecting with Cal, who's more than happy to tell you about everything from crop rotation to who's kissing whom and the gardening crew. It's nice. Okay. Well, now I guess I'll go back to working with these little kitties. And tutoring Anemone's siblings again. And that's enough to win. And I got 3 stars. Oh wow. And it's already the dust season. Oh! I got reasoning level... Whoa! I got reasoning level 3. Cool. And empathy level 2. Choose from 3 cards while relaxing. Oh! Nice. Okay. I guess now we can look around to see if there's any new collectibles. Anything new to harvest. Anything over here. Anything outside? Yes! A flower. Cal, I found another flower. I know. I hope those babies are ending up, will be okay. Maybe by tutoring the kids, I can teach them to respect the nature and learn to have empathy for the animals who are here as well. Tang also offers her services as a tutor, but she's much busier than you. When she's not in class, she's usually working in engineering. It must be nice to have such a clear picture of what you want to do with your life. Tangent has been a brainiac since she was a little kid. It makes it hard for the other students to relate to her because she can't understand not being super smart. It makes you the more popular tutor for sure. Nope. Ooh. Okay. And I got 3 stars. Oh boy. Governor Loom enters the colony square in his customary bombastic fanfare. Brass band, red carpet, banners with the Heliopause logo snapping in the hot dust breeze. It's inspiring. The governor gets his usual teeth of applause from die-hard soldiers, but it's obvious how tired and fearful everyone has become in service to his war. You catch Marge's attention as she rolls her eyes and makes a gagging motion. Cal looks sullen and withdrawn, refusing along with the rest of Geoponics to give Loom any applause. The governor raises his hand in silence, though it's largely unnecessary. "Pioneers of Vertumna," he begins, "we stand here today not shivering and quaking in fear, but with our hands around the neck." He makes a ringing gesture of the planet herself. Yeah, that's not a good thing. Before he can continue, Mars leaps from her seat and runs to the front of the stage. A ripple of fear goes through the crowd. You all remember what happened to Utopia last year. "It doesn't have to be like this," she cries, speaking to the crowd. "We don't have to listen to him. He's just a bully with a gun, like the ones we left behind on Earth." She turns to the council. "Why are you just sitting there? Come on, aren't you going to do anything?" The council look at each other. Rhett seems unmoved, and Utopia shrinks into herself, holding her hand to her chest. Aunt Anne looks concerned, but fearful of Loom. Instance is grim, and Seek just waits to see what happens. Only Cal is enthusiastic, but as the youngest member of the council, he's outmatched. See, I knew Cal would be a member of the council. I'm sure he's a great fill for my parents. Loom gestures sharply to his guards, and Mars is seized and taken out of sight. I hope she's okay. In the uncomfortable silence that follows, the governor strides to the front of the stage and looks down in the crowd. As I was saying, you can trust me to lead this colony and humanity into a new era, he says, an era of peace, prosperity, where we no longer need to fear the creatures that come out in the night. He raises his fist to the sky. This planet is rich, he cries. It is the earth we were promised, unscarred by the mistakes of our forefathers. Then why are you making the same mistakes? Here we will become what humanity has always strived to become, takers of a new garden, children of a new earth. You're doing anything but taking care of it. People cheer, spurred on by Loom's display of dominance. Loom looks up at the crowd with pride. Pioneers! We're so close, he says. Soon this planet will be ours, and all her riches and wonders with it. But first, he continues, we need to adapt to the harsh realities of our current world. He gestures at the council. I know you all love your council, but it's time we fought for the future. We need to guard the colony leadership, he says with some disdain, against sudden upheavals, deaths, imprisonments, and the like. I've decided to instate a second position for each seat on the council, he announces. Loom explains that every council member will take an official second in command. Seconds will be trained in the running of the department and will be ready to take over the department should the worst happen during an attack. The council looks concerned. Is this how Loom begins to cycle out the colonial government with a veneer of legitimacy? And I'm sure you're not going to be happy about any accidents that happen to the current council members. Applicants must have spent a minimum amount of time in that department and will be judged by the council based on their relevant skills, though Loom will likely argue hard for his Helio appointees. You scribble your name in the ballot for Cultivator, since that's where my family was. Cal gives you a big, nervous smile and a thumbs up as you write your name on the ballot. He never wanted to be the head of geoponics, and he'll be grateful for your help. The council discusses all the nominees at length. Then, you win! You're second cultivator now. Cal looks relieved, and he gives you a hug and takes you right off your feet. Now you can help me. This is so stressful. You hope you can actually do this. You wish your parents were here to see this. When the voting is concluded, Seek announces the names of the newly appointed seconds. The crowd cheers for you when Seek reads out your name as second cultivator. You don't recognize the Helio appointed as second administrator. Must be one of Loom's people. Base is appointed second security officer under Rhett. He gives a little speech and essentially congratulating himself and promising to single-handedly win this war. I hope nothing happens to Rhett. Tangent stands proudly in her rightful place as chief engineer, instances side as her second. The steward of the heliopause joins Aunt Anne in her much-needed second steward. There's a lot of babies in the colony now, and someone has to take care of them. A Helios soldier you don't recognize is appointed as Utopia's second, much to her dismay. I hope she'll be okay too. After the pot-licking is over, the crowd adjourns to the feast table and eventually the dance floor. The sun set on the long day and heat breaks, and the party continues well into the night. After the festivities, it's straight back to work as usual. Everyone complains. You usually get at least a few days off after Vertumna, but Loom reminds the colony that it's only a few short months before the next attack. Your dreams begin to increase in its intensity as the wormhole draws closer to the planet, filled with terrifying, confusing visions, and a feeling of urgency dogs your steps, like you're running out of time. Is it because we kind of are? Well, I mean, I kind of want to see, like, the official board now. Well, the food supplies is excellent, and the security rating is in orange. Do your part to protect Vertumna, join the colony defense or hunting party. Current Council and Administration, Governor Loom Command, Administrator Seek, and Quaternion in command, Rat and Ovacious Garrison, Instance and Tangent Engineering, Recalcitrance and me, Geoponics, Incident and Majorum in Quarters, and Utopia and Peppermint in Expeditions. Well, someone named Peppermint can't be that bad, right? And I guess we'll have to continue on next time.